actually, and quite, you know, if I was a bit of a snowflake, then I'd have been upset, I'd have been offended by it, because he was threatening, he was calling it on, and he was saying basically watch your back, and you don't want to go back to prison. So he needs to be careful, doesn't he, when he's talking about going back to prison.
That's not what we want. I don't want to see that happen. No one does. But I understand now both sides have made it up. They've apologised. So hopefully it's all in the past and we can concentrate what everybody's out here for, which is a fight in the ring.
What have you made of Tyson's demeanour, attitude, the way he's speaking about Usyk this week?
Tyson's in a good place. I mean, I look at him and we briefly touched on it yesterday when I was talking to him, how well he looks. I mean, he really does look well. He looked well when he was up in Morecambe about a month ago for the presser up there. But he's just jumping out of his skin. You look at him facially. I've never seen him glow. It's like he's glowing. You know, he looks so fit and well.
Dad's an excellent salesman and he's done a fantastic job. So big up John Fury, get up son.
Big up John Fury.
And in the world of the UK we say chat shit, get banged.
And that he did.
Half of his age and he's nutted him, get up, slink.
It's a million security, man. If you think you can take it, great ball. What's it? I'll let you first.
Carl Froch blasts John Fury for confronting Eddie Hall at airport and threatening him, completely ridiculing the way Fury handled himself during the heated airport clash. Froch mocks John Fury for acting like some old-school gangster, saying the constant threats and "watch your back" comments were embarrassing and way over the top. He basically humiliates Fury's wild antics, suggesting he loves attention and chaos whenever cameras are around.
His ridiculous, childish behaviour, shouting and screaming, attention-seeking, like a big pillock at the press conference. He mentioned he'll fight any man born from his mother. He'll take anyone on because he's the ultimate man. The ultimate meatball.
Froch slams John Fury for constantly chasing attention and turning everything into drama. He suggests nobody takes him seriously anymore, yet he still forces himself into headlines. The airport incident with Eddie Hall is described as messy and embarrassing, showing more noise than control, damaging his image in boxing circles.
He's the big star and the big draw, like anybody gives a shit at him, you know what I mean? He's just a big fat mess. Nobody making noise. Nobody's really interested, but we have to respond because the noise he makes.
Eddie Hall fires back with zero hesitation, saying he called John Fury's bluff after all the shouting and tough talk. He questions the whole fighting family image, claiming it's all talk with no real proof behind it. Hall accuses them of acting aggressive in public but avoiding real action when it matters, telling them to back up their words instead of just creating chaos.
And I called his bluff. Just, you're all full of shit. You'll talk the talk, you walk around headbutting people, punching walls, put your money where your mouth is, and then literally...
Spencer Oliver brushes it off as classic John Fury behavior, saying he's pure entertainment but also completely unhinged when things kick off. He suggests Fury thrives in the social media chaos, where shouting and drama get more attention than calm behavior. The airport incident with Eddie Hall is framed as another moment where John Fury lost control and went way over the top, making the whole situation even bigger than it needed to be.
I did. That's John Fury though, isn't it? He's like sheer entertainment, you know what I mean? He fits into this world, you know, this social media world so well, John Fury, because he is entertainment. Do you know what I mean? He's just one of those...
Tommy Fury supports his dad, saying John Fury was right to speak up and that he stands by what happened. He admits the situation escalated, but still shows loyalty, making it clear he believes his father's reaction came from a place of defending himself rather than starting trouble.
But no, I thought my dad was 100% right in that. Thanks very much for him to speaking up.
Spencer Brown downplays the whole situation, calling it handbags, and suggesting people should move on from the airport clash. He points out they even shook hands earlier, hinting the tension isn't as serious as it looks. While not defending anyone, he tries to cool things down, saying it's better to forget the heated remarks and leave the drama behind.
You know, the guy did say some stuff, and I want to forget it and put it to the back of my mind now because...
John Fury doubles down after the brawl, confidently claiming Eddie Hall won't survive Tommy Fury's pressure in the ring. He insists Tommy is too quick and explosive for Hall, dismissing Eddie's chances completely. Fury also mocks the idea of shorter rounds, suggesting Hall can't handle real boxing pace. His tone is arrogant, chaotic, and full of overconfidence.
Tommy's going to do the chinning with him. What you seen today? Eddie Hall, when Tommy's fought him, he don't know what to fight again. He don't know what he's in for. He thinks because Tommy's small, Tommy's like a pocket rocket, isn't he, compared to him? And I got that body belt and I'm feeling the power. He can't take that. That's why he wants to do 2-minute rounds, isn't it? He can't do.
Tommy Fury shuts down the idea that Eddie Hall's strength alone makes him dangerous in boxing, making it clear this is a completely different game. He explains that being the strongest man in the world means nothing once you step into a boxing ring, where skill, timing, and experience matter far more than raw power. Tommy uses this to underline his confidence going into the fight, saying he wants to expose the gap in ability on fight night.
You know, if strong men, being the strongest man in the world and picking up half a ton meant you was the best fighter of all, everyone would be a world champion, wouldn't they? If being big and strong meant you could fight, everyone would be a world champion. But in this game, it's not about how much weight you can lift. It's not about how strong you are. There's a ton more things to the fight game. And that's what I'm looking to show Eddie on the night of.
John Fury goes full confidence mode again, insisting Eddie Hall is walking into something he doesn't understand. He talks like Tommy is too fast, too sharp, and too experienced for Eddie to even land clean shots. Fury completely dismisses Hall's chances, saying he'll just swing wildly and get picked apart. He also mocks the idea of Eddie requesting shorter rounds, suggesting it proves he can't handle real boxing pace. His tone is aggressive and overconfident, building Tommy up like an unstoppable force while reducing Eddie to someone completely out of his depth in the ring.
He don't know what he's in for. He thinks because Tommy's small, Tommy's like a pocket rocket, isn't he, compared to him? And I got that body belt and I'm feeling the power. He can't take that. That's why he wants to do 2-minute rounds, isn't it? He can't do the 3. And I can't blame him. You've got to give Eddie all props because he's not a fighter. He's going to get in with Tommy knowing full well what can happen to him. And the only thing he's going to try and do is swing. He won't be able to hit him, will he?
Tommy Fury clarifies that the real tension in this fight isn't even between him and Eddie Hall, but actually between Eddie and John Fury. He presents himself as stepping in because of family involvement rather than personal hatred, almost shifting the spotlight away from himself. Tommy explains that Eddie was calling out the Fury name and eventually got the fight he wanted. His tone is controlled and strategic, framing the matchup as a response rather than a personal vendetta. It reinforces the idea that this fight is driven more by ego, family pride, and public rivalry than pure boxing competition.
At the end of the day, the real beef is between Eddie and my dad. You know, that's genuinely what has happened here. I'm only doing this fight because of my dad. So the real beef is between Eddie and my dad, and I'm obviously just stepping up to the plate. Tyson's on a different stratosphere. Basically, Eddie was having a pop between all the Furies. You know, he wanted to fight with a Fury, and he's got one.
Eddie Hearn admits the confrontation between John Fury and Eddie Hall was heated and unnecessary, describing it as going too far at times. He acknowledges that both sides got personal, which added real tension to the situation, but also accepts that in boxing, controversy often fuels attention. Hearn points out that while moments like this shouldn't happen, they ultimately increase hype and public interest in the fight. His tone is realistic and business-minded, focusing less on emotion and more on how drama translates into views, money, and promotion for the event, whether people approve of it or not.
I mean, listen, it's boxing, it's family. John's John. Both goading each other, both very personal, both means a lot to everybody. Shouldn't have done it.
Simon Jordan doesn't hold back, calling John Fury's behavior thuggish, vulgar, and completely unedifying. He criticizes the way Fury carries himself in public, especially during heated moments like the airport confrontation, saying it reflects badly on boxing as a whole. However, he also adds a harsh reality check, pointing out that this kind of behavior is exactly what people have come to expect from John Fury.
And is it? No, not really. It's thuggish behaviour. John Fury's, is boorish, thuggish, unedifying, unpalatable, uncouth, vulgar behaviour. Absolutely. But what do you expect from John Fury? John Fury's been in prison for gouging someone's eyes out. What did you expect him to do? Convert into a Samaritan? Is it a nice look? No. Was it a nice look over the years in boxing about so many things? This ridiculous sentimentalising of society, expecting everyone to behave in their best version of themselves.
The Wade Plemons delivers a brutal assessment of Eddie Hall's sparring footage, calling it completely abysmal and far below expectations. He questions what kind of training Eddie has been doing, suggesting there's no clear structure or improvement in his boxing skills. The criticism focuses on poor technique, lack of control, and overall confusion in his preparation for such a high-profile fight. His tone is harsh and analytical, almost concerned that Eddie is not developing the fundamentals needed for a real boxing match. It raises serious doubts about how ready he actually is for someone like Tommy Fury.
To Eddie Hall. The new sparring footage that I just saw is abysmal. I don't know what Eddie's been training. I don't know who has been training him. I know that he has been training, but my goodness, I don't know who with, what they're supposed to be working on or why. But let me just show you what I mean. Eddie Hall, training footage and sparring footage just dropped.
Frank Warren takes a more business-focused angle, explaining that the fight has grabbed massive attention and is generating life-changing money for the fighters involved. He makes it clear that in boxing, opportunities like this don't come often, especially for crossover bouts that attract mainstream interest. Warren acknowledges the risk inside the ring but emphasizes that his role is to match fighters in fights he believes can be won while also advancing their careers. He views the event as a perfect package of entertainment, publicity, and financial reward, ticking all the boxes for a major boxing spectacle.
Grabbed everybody's attention for various reasons. And they're getting, Tommy's getting life-changing money. And, how can you, I can't knock that. You're in the ring, it's a dangerous place to be. And, my job is if I see a fight that I feel he can win and I'll put him into it, then I'll do that. And it gets him, gets him further up the ladder. Not only do I think he can win it, I think, obviously this is a high-profile fight, but he's getting a truckload of money for it. So, it ticks all the boxes.
Dave Allen reacts with surprise and amusement, pointing out how bizarre the whole situation is, with a world's strongest man stepping into a boxing ring against Tommy Fury. He jokes about how these crossover fights often feel more like business moves than real sporting rivalries, even suggesting both sides might be in it just for the massive payday. Allen's tone mixes humor and disbelief, highlighting how boxing today has become part sport, part entertainment spectacle. He doesn't fully take it seriously, but still acknowledges the massive attention and money these kinds of matchups are generating.
World's strongest man, amazing. Do you know what I mean? Brilliant. He's fighting Tommy Fury. I thought they were mates. They probably are mates. They're probably making a fucking fortune as well.
Vidal Riley gives a balanced but cautious breakdown, admitting Eddie Hall's size and strength are impressive but not enough to guarantee success in boxing. He recalls sparring with Eddie and highlights the huge physical difference, yet still leans towards Tommy Fury winning due to boxing experience. However, Riley doesn't completely rule Eddie out, saying anything can happen because of his raw power. His tone is analytical and respectful, framing the fight as interesting rather than predictable. He also admits the matchup makes sense commercially, reinforcing that it is designed more for entertainment and selling than pure competition.
Eddie, when I sparred Eddie, he was 140 kg. I don't know how much he's gonna have to be for Tommy, but Tommy should win, innit? Like, he should win. But Eddie Hall, who knows? It makes sense for Tommy, innit? It's a good fight. It's a good fight to sell.
Simon Jordan calls the fight a fun spectacle rather than a serious sporting contest, openly admitting he wouldn't want to be in the ring himself. He downplays the competitive seriousness while acknowledging the entertainment value it brings to fans. His blunt comment about being happy for Tommy Fury to get a punch in the face reflects his sarcastic, outspoken style, mixing humor with realism. Jordan views the event as part of boxing's entertainment-driven direction, where attraction and drama often matter more than technical skill, making it a commercial success regardless of purist opinions.
If it's a good, fun event and you take it for what it is, I wouldn't want to be in it. I wouldn't be across the ring from this fella, but notwithstanding, I'm quite happy for Tommy Fury to get a punch in the face.
The Wade Plemons gives a detailed technical breakdown, explaining that Tommy Fury should dominate if he can settle early pressure from Eddie Hall. He criticizes Eddie's boxing fundamentals, saying he relies too much on raw power and wild swings rather than proper technique. While acknowledging Eddie's athletic ability and strength, He emphasizes that boxing skill is a different world entirely. He also references past crossover fights to show how experienced fighters usually control the pace. His final point is clear. Tommy doesn't need to be elite, just good enough to avoid mistakes and win comfortably.
It's off him. You don't want to be in the firing range, but at the end of the day, I'd prefer to be in the ring with a big man like him than a nimble, quick 15-stoner that can bang as well.
I've got a list of questions I've got on my phone here to make sure that camera's in focus. Indeed it is. Okay. Make sure we get everything done. Bugsy Malone came out with some sparring footage recently, which a lot of people were impressed by. Yeah. Did you happen to see it?
I think I've seen a clip of it, yeah. I think Bugsy did some boxing when he was younger, I think he does it now to like kind of stay fit and stay in shape. But yeah, he dabbled in it and he definitely knows what he's doing, doesn't he?
Would a fight between you and Bugsy Malone interest you?
You might want to wait for this aeroplane.
Tom Aspinall gives a balanced breakdown, saying the fight is genuinely interesting because both men bring very different strengths. He points out that Tommy Fury has the clear boxing background and should naturally have the technical edge, having trained his whole life in the sport. However, he also warns that Eddie Hall shouldn't be underestimated completely, saying his raw power means he could land a fight-changing shot at any moment. Aspinall keeps it realistic, framing it as a classic clash between skill and strength, where either fighter could potentially change the outcome in a single moment.
Tommy is obviously a boxer. Eddie can fight as well, though, to be fair. So, yeah.
You've trained with both of them, though.
I've trained with both of them.
What's the skills? What's the breakdown for this one?
Tommy's been boxing all his life, so you would think that the edge should go to Tommy, but Eddie
Dave Allen gives a brutally honest reaction, saying he will watch the fight but doesn't fully respect it as a serious boxing contest. He admits he likes both Tommy Fury and Eddie Hall, but describes the event as more of a spectacle or circus than real competitive boxing. Allen criticizes crossover fights involving athletes from different sports, suggesting they don't always represent true boxing standards. However, he also acknowledges why people still tune in, because it's entertaining and unusual. His tone mixes respect, sarcasm, and realism, showing both interest and criticism at the same time.
Ooh, will I watch it? Of course I'll watch it. I like Tommy Fury a lot. I'm a Tommy Fury fan. Eddie Hall, I'm an Eddie Hall fan. I like the World's Strongest Man. A lot of respect for him. So of course I'll watch it. I'll watch it as it's a spectacle in it. It's part of the new bit of circusry that's come into boxing. All these exhibitions, different people from different sports coming in. But for all intents and purposes, as a boxing match, what a load of bollocks. Yeah, I don't think it. I don't like it too much, but I'll watch it because it's like it's interesting in lots of ways, and I think people find it interesting a lot.
John Fury's airport clash with Eddie Hall has turned into a full-blown boxing circus, with fighters, promoters, and analysts all weighing in on the chaos. From threats and heated words to divided opinions, the drama has only boosted the hype around the Fury name. But the real question is, did John Fury go too far this time? Or is this just boxing entertainment at its peak? What do you think about this whole situation? Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to subscribe for more boxing updates.